Okay, let's try this again. I want to try to speak louder this time because turns out last time nobody could hear like anything. Well, I mean, I couldn't hear anything when I rewatched it or tried to rewatch it. So I'm gonna try to speak louder this time. Probably fail because requirements that you have to remember are. I'm already starting to go back down. Whatever. Okay. So we're gonna play some Nova Drift this time because uh, it's pretty fun. Uh, Originally, I watched Incursus play this, and he has some pretty good content, so you should check him out. He's pretty good. Um, anyway, you have to unlock Wild Metamorphosis after a while, so you just have endless view. It's still in the, I guess, early access phase, so most of this stuff is not available yet. I mean, these ones aren't. These are. I just don't feel like putting them on because it's hard enough as it is. So, yeah. Right click and you can click to move thrust. Right click is shoot, or you can use A and S. But I use right click and A because it seems the most natural to me. And its game itself is sort of like Asteroids, that old game, but enemies start coming in after a while, and it's pretty neat. And then you can you collect a little well, sometimes they're there and sometimes they're not. Okay, not that one either, so it's hard to give you an example. There, you can see it sort of. There's a little white, almost like miniature stars that you probably label it like that in the first place. Then when you have it gives you upgrades, and you can re-roll the upgrades if you don't feel like them. The first 3 upgrades are going to be the weapon, the shield type, and the body. We'll start with regular old split shot because it's all right. I've had some pretty good runs with it. I have had the least popular or least successful runs with Vortex, and I've had a decent run with Pulse, but the rest of them are. I've had a high score at this one with them, but this one's interesting too. But these 4, I've gotten the most play out of, I guess. High scores out of. It just typically splits your shot. You have to balance between after you're done with body and stuff, body and shield and stuff. You have to balance damage and how much health you have. And XP does go away after a while. It expires if you don't get it fast enough. There's a lot of different types of shield. Reflect is pretty good, and Halo is pretty good. The other ones have really small amounts of them each, or specific conditions, only on one side of it, like there. I don't know if it's showing my cursor or not. Let me check the settings real quick. Can't find it. Mouse cursor. There it is. Hopefully it does it now. Okay. So this one is the shield is only on one side of it. Siphon's an interesting effect. I don't really see much use of it because there's this one and there's one that's not in here. You can reroll them another time. This one's pretty good. The projectile slow down. And this one's interesting. I've used it a couple of times. But generally I use Halo or Reflect because they just are the easiest for me, I guess. I don't know. Reflect is just standard. It reflects, if they shoot you, it reflects off of them. It's crash damage if you get hit by things. That's the really loud crashing noise you hear. The body types, Leviathan. This one's interesting. The segments of the body itself do damage, like knives, sort of. I didn't understand that the first few times I did it. However, you have more surface area for enemies to shoot, and it's not great. The engineer is built. Excuse me. The engineer is built for constructs, which I'll do a different run at a different point for that. I'll just do the typical assault one. There's Hullbreaker. You could crash damage people. This one's for pretty sure you shoot this one. You shoot these. This one was weird, I think. This one I think it is. Yeah, there's broadside cannons, but for this one specifically, I think it means that it shoots it like straight to the right or straight to the left and straight out. But I can't remember. Like I can't figure out a good way of doing that one. I don't understand it exactly. So I'll just stick with basic assault ship for now. Because it gives me faster attack speed and damage for the time. Seems pretty easy at the moment, but like any game that doesn't have a difficulty setting, it gets more difficult over time. And then we get to the regular types of upgrades. Targeting's pretty good. Rapid fire first, though, I think. Maybe. Targeting, each of the ones, they have different like trees for it, sort of. And once you unlock this, then it gets rid of this. Well, it's not exactly true. You can do this one after closing these. So. Anyway. But if you take out the whole thing, sometimes they're useful together, but most of the time they're like specific types of playstyle for each of the types on the side. So that's the way that it is. These wild mods are part of the metamorphosis thing at the very, very beginning. Interesting, and maybe louder. This one is constant thrust power is the interesting of this, or like this one you shoot backwards. Those are all interesting, but I don't feel like doing those ones. This one I'll do for maybe a particular build at another point in time. Drones are interesting. Again, I'll do that for the engineer. Same with thrust. Shield durability is good too, but I'll just do regular magnitude. So basically, and then the bosses come in. Don't deal that much damage, please. I lost my shield already. Oh, it's over there now. Go. Oh, sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't. Sorry, I'm gonna have a sore throat for this, I guess. They're not good because they shoot lasers. And we didn't see because I got rid of this. This is particularly bad for projectile types like this. You need to cause enough damage to shield to break. Other types may not have the this is annoying. That one will come back. You can see the health pop sometimes. This is one of the more interesting wild mods. These are pretty good. But I'm still gonna take let's see here. first. I don't feel like doing any of those. Regen again makes me have no shield, and I don't want that. Let's see here. This is, well, you're not firing, but I'm always firing, so there's no. I mean, I could stop firing, but the ones past this are not very good either. This one's really good. This is one of the rare wild mods, and this one is also one of the rare wild mods. This one is built for a specific type of ship that sometimes you can change to if you feel like it, but there's a specific one that has these as its like default swarm constant. You kill things and it gives you more of them. This one specifically, the more wild mods you own, the more orbs of discord you have. So yeah, this can get really overpowered really fast if you have a whole bunch of recursive ones of these. Recursive means it'll come. It can be taken multiple times, basically. Faster. And the orbs of discord can shoot. Not shoot. They smash into things like that. Little like cargo or fuel tank things, besides occasionally too. The orange ship that was there briefly. Oh, 3 again already. I will not take this one because there's a better one in the wild mod section. It's hard to get. It's a rare wild mod. I'll take this one later, maybe. Mainly because it decreases my projectile damage by 20%, and that's not great. The wild mod doesn't do that, so this is an interesting one. This one's good taken with a specific other one because it literally takes away. Is it 3%? Oh, wow, that's not what I remember it being. I thought it was 1%, but maybe it was 1% before they did this last update. It might have been 1%. Burst fire is also interesting, but that makes it burst, and I don't want it to burst. So this decreases rate of fire. I don't really want that, but it increases weapon damage plus that. So I want Splinter. We're coming up on the next big boss that spawns, or like the first big boss. It comes up at wave, I think 40 specifically. I'm gonna need to get some. Before that, rather. That seems good. Yeah. It says wave, whatever the wave starts. So. These enemies are really annoying. They shoot out the sides of them, except for the upgraded version, which shoots a laser straight at. Oh, here it is. Here's the big enemy. Upgrade first, real quick. Splinter is good for it, specifically this one. You kill little nodes on the inside. Better if your shots just bounce around inside of it. First stage of attack is the lasers on the outside. It has a second stage later that shoots out the inside, so it's not great to just stay on the inside there all the time. See the projectile targeting coming in because it makes the spread smaller. The shots. If it's like long now, then it like curves, so shorter. Photosensitivity warning, because this game will have lots of that. I probably should have said that first, but oh well. hearing it now before it gets too intense. This is the one I'm looking for, Twin Strike. It adds a projectile, but it also decreases the spread of projectiles. Your recovery rate's slower and your shield cooldown is slower, but you can take it multiple times, so that's nice. So get that as many times as you possibly can, because it's always worth it taking it. This is an interesting one too. You can take it multiple times, shoot a hit. When you take a shield hit, you shoot lightning in the direction that you got it, doing burn damage. But the problem is that it doesn't exactly go that far unless you have lots of them. So, yeah. This you get after saving. You unlock this from saving, I think, 6 or 5 points without spending them. It gives you damage for each unspent point and additional shields and stuff for each unspent point. There's an achievement on Steam for I don't know if this game's on any other platforms, but there's an achievement on Steam for doing a run with this mod and like 6 other mods, and that's it. And getting a score of like 1 million or more, or something like that. I don't know what it is exactly. Oh, this is the one that had the swarm constructs, the carrier body. But I don't know. I haven't tried it. I've tried it a couple times, but I haven't gotten that far. So, yeah. This is another rare wild mod. When your shield breaks, it shoots your projectiles around you. Pretty straightforward. Burning is pretty nice. It just adds additional damage to your attacks. I'll probably take that. This one's really good. Next recursive wild mod you take is gained 3 times instead of 1. This one's always awesome, especially if you have this one as the next one you find, because then you get just instantly better immediately. I will not be taking this one, though. I have done that a couple times before. This is because I think I'll just roll. This one's good. It gives you this option. If a hit your shields exceeds 25 damage, that damage is reduced to 25. That's good, except 25 is still a lot. Shield is, what, 115? 115? 25 is still a lot of damage. That's a little less than a fifth of your shields. But, I mean... Juggernaut's good too, except it makes you really slow and it increases your size. And the smaller you are in this game, the better you can be, basically. But it unlocks Force Armor as well, which is just 10% hull resistance, straight up. I'm gonna try to reroll for mods though. Oh, I guess not. So I'll take this one. So I have 4 shots from the split shot. Or slightly tracking shots. Gotta get that XP. some of the projectiles you can shoot down, just the ones with the weird, like, fiery trails. Look like actual missiles. Oh, that's awesome. So, let me upgrade real quick. Did I already take? I did. Okay. Just increase burn damage. Burn damage really stacks really well. In particular, sucks fight. He has the laser beam that does a bunch of damage, and then the little things that fit on the side. It deals a lot of damage at a time, and then they spin out around him and slap you silly if you're not careful. You get inside of it, and then you try to kill it as fast as possible. Or it does that. It slaps you around. Great. This one's good. Except it reduces your friction. Now, friction is not that bad to reduce in this game, except if you take it more than negative 100% friction, then you uncontrollably speed up until you die. So, not great all the time. A few times, that's fine, but there's only one way you could build this that would not be terrible. That's if you get the super mod of, was it intangible, I think, is a thing you can get through a certain combination. Let's see here, like these things. These are super mods. You get them through combining other things. This one is constant shooting, even if you have focus and burst. It doesn't. You still have to pick it. It's not like you do these two and you get it automatically. No, you still have to pick it once it gets in the pool. This one's bad. I will never take that probably unless I have to. That's pretty good, but I don't want to fire my armor stacks. I want this one instead, which is the just additional regeneration and shield effect power from it. This is good too. Or particularly this. There we go. You already see that I'm a little bit slippery on the ground. Like, I'm not stopping it even if they're stopping it. That's the negative friction. Not great. I don't like those. Drop mines behind them when they fire. Charging you with something. I need to speak up some. I need to remind myself to do it. This is the good one of these two that you can get. This one's great if you deal crash damage all the time. Or this one, which is just overall better, I guess, in my opinion. It's intense burning damage, basically. Thorn guys give you a lot of. Orbs of Discord are good for taking out the purple ones. They're really good at that. I like to use, rather, I like to not use my, things until I absolutely, skill points, whatever they're called, those, upgrades, until I have them. So yeah, if this ends up being too long, my recording software will automatically cut it into half-hour chunks. So yeah, because I'm afraid of it accidentally recording for too long. And I sort of mentioned this in the first video. You could barely hear me though, so it will. My recording software will sometimes, well, when I first had it, it automatically started recording over some things. First time I recorded anything. Those videos I deleted a long time ago, but I don't want that to be a thing, so I have to chop it up, basically. I don't want to get inside. Burn damage does a lot of stuff. Why it's dying so fast. And I'm dying so fast, also. Okay, I need to upgrade. Or I die uncontrollably. This is alright. There's a specific achievement for this too, but I don't remember what it is. This one's alright too. Interesting. Passive shield though. This one's good. You lose all your rerolls though, slightly unfortunate. But your next 3 only get recursive ones. Oh, whoopsies! I forgot I had. That's why I have no friction or less friction. I accidentally gained it 3 times because I forgot that I had that. Yes, I forgot I had the revelation. So negative 45% friction. That's not great. I didn't realize I had that. Whoops. Sometimes it does that, where it unpauses after if you have 1 upgrade left and then you upgrade something to the thing, it'll like pretend like it's closed. If it has like, if the wild mod you choose has like +1 level and you have 1 upgrade left, you upgrade it and it like you have to press space again to upgrade again. It's like that. This is a bad selection. I mean, I could do this, but 15%. So yes. Those. I was wondering why I had so little friction. I was like, that doesn't feel like what it's supposed to be. Slidey is the normal. I knew that was going to happen. I would pick up the revelation and then I would forget that I would have it. Because that's always what happens when I pick it up and like get through 3 upgrades and be like, oh, that's right, I had that after I picked up something. Asteroids come across the screen, and we've seen one in this game yet, but they do come across the screen. Yep. Besides that one we used to have. The